quite as much as Citadel does because
that's real.
Like if you love absolute cheese and no fundamentals whatsoever, this is the guy. And I say that with all the love in my heart for Mondo. But speaking of cheese, here comes.
Julie kind of cooking. Don't sleep on Julie, man. Stars was just talking earlier about how Julie's a bit of a threat, and I see the vision now. I see it.
No, actually looking into the face of death, the mustachioed green monster that is.
Yeah.
Wait, Death City, is that a Final Fantasy Tactics reference?
I'm not sure.
Death City.
I'm not as familiar with Final Fantasy as a whole.
Okay. Either way, we're going to get going to keep in this small battlefield game number 1 in the minecart to the face, sending the Luigi into the corner, but Julie
the misfire kind of saved them, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be the pickaxe that confirms the kill. You can only save yourself for so long against Minecraft Enderman.
Yeah, I think Citadel, just in general, is really good just taking advantage of Steve's tools. And it can definitely lead to like some cheesy stuff happening, as you mentioned earlier, but okay, we're going to see a kill right there, but again, Citadel is one of those guys where it's like, you really like do not want to mess up because you don't know what Citadel's got up his sleeve.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, obviously Citadel is going to want to initiate that offense with those quick aerials off of the pickaxe.
Yeah. Oh,
but
wow.
Julie putting them in the blender for a hot second. I mean, you want to take to the skies. Julie saying that she's up to the challenge.
I know. Julie with the pot kind of cooking right now, but that hitbox extension is going to be kind of suspect. Julie shaking their head. Not too happy about that, and I don't blame them, but...
That's the thing about Julie. They've been taking the fight to Citadel. This is a PR player. This is someone who's been there for a while, but you're going to knuckle up with the PR. You got to do it with no fear in your heart. Julie doing just that. 1 stock apiece.
And just gave him the nugget sandwich, and here we go. Hold on. And by the way, the crowd right now behind us, I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but they are going crazy right now. Everyone's screaming. This would be quite a big upset. Julie, well-respected player, just member of the community in general. And so if they get a game 1 win here, I know the crowd's going to go crazy, but I mean, this is really close.
Julie is one of those kinds of players who can just kind of is rather malleable when it comes to the BS that this game can sort of spew out.
Yeah.
This is someone who can sort of vibe with the silliness that a character like Steve, Enderman, whatever, has to offer.
I like the shield pressure, by the way, with the down tilt dash attack.
No, doing an incredible job. Just, you got to keep him on the defensive somehow. Oh my gosh, Julie, looking at explosion. It's going to be back throw.
Yo!
Back throw does it. Didn't even get the splash screen.
That's crazy. and the Philly crowd here going crazy.
The Philly crowd doing Philly shit. You already know. It is game number 1, and that is Julie taking it by a score of 1-0. Now, we know Mondo has been susceptible to upsets in the past and has had a tendency, and this is going back a couple of years back when he was a Ridley main, to not really be able to close out games.
I actually do think where some of Citadel's just like all-out offense comes from is from playing Ridley. Like, I've seen like some of the Ridley clips that he's gone, and like he is really insane with it. But I mean, to take
incredible.
Yeah. But to take that game 1 is a really big statement on Julie's side. So big shout outs to them. Let's see how this game 2 goes. We're going to be sticking to small battlefield, which I think is fair. I mean, it was a pretty close game, so you probably just want to clean up your gameplay and not get too distracted by like a stage difference. You know what I mean?
You almost have to respect that from Citadel, even though obviously you lost that game. And 2 of those stocks, first of all, were off of a back throw at ledge.
Yeah,
secondly,
that's true.
And so you have to think that that's something that you're not going to want to replicate. And seeing we're seeing a little bit more of a steady pace from Citadel, only 58% taking that first stock. But also, I mean, you got to think, like, Julie is the one who has to play up to your level. You're the PR player. Citadel, knowing his place, is like, okay, that's fine. I saw that, and I respect that. Now do it again. I dare you.
No, I think in terms of just mentality, Citadel definitely has the advantage in terms of just having that leverage to be like, you got to prove yourself against me. And, you know, Citadel looking pretty unfazed by that game 1 loss, just said run back, and is kind of thriving right now. I mean, almost lapping them in percentage.
Yeah, just not able to get in. Now it's a full stop lead, but it's an up smash. that winds up taking the first stock. And Julie certainly not out of this one yet, but again, Citadel is going to need to keep that steady pressure. Wait a second. Potential 0 to death. Looking for it, but missing. We felt that Enderman feeling the wind off of that punch.
Yeah, and the entire crowd's heart stopped just for a moment there. Again, the crowd get pretty rowdy for this set. I mean, this is an awesome environment right now. It's so far, I mean, like, even though, you know, you couldn't finish off that stock, you still got 46%, you know? And now it's 61, so it's not too bad at all.
I mean, you can never underestimate the amount of damage that Luigi can do in such a short amount of time. And, you know, we were talking about Luigi, you know, I mean, Steve is basically Luigi, but adjusted for inflation, if you think about it. Because this is a character that can absolutely BS you out of so many stocks. Luigi just doesn't happen to have a minecart or a pickaxe to go along with it. Speaking of which, the diamond variety of which takes the second stock off of Julie.
That was a good parry right there into the punish. And now here comes, oh wait, actually, okay, so they do have the diamond star. I think for a second Citadel didn't have it and was just scrapping with a fist. But great kick chase there. Okay.
All of a sudden, we are one stock away from an upset. The Citadel at 0, but
this is a dangerous position.
You can never sleep on it because Luigi, infamous for those 0s to death. We saw a preview of that, a missed opportunity. 1 out of 2 would mean an upset win for Julie. But it's going to be the pickaxe that almost takes the stock. Julie is going to survive. A misfire into the stage. Julie trying to hang on. Beautiful tech to stay alive at 114. And then dash attack to give yourself a little bit of space. Julie, they are on the verge of something big.
But just as they work, starting to climb back, Citadel just hits them with that one time and says we're taking this to game 3.
Yeah, but my goodness, what a warning shot we saw from Julie stepping up to the challenge. They are not playing scared of Mondo, who did well to adjust to the circumstances, and really that it seemed like the beginning of that game sort of defined it. In a lot of ways, where you got that full stock lead, got that little bit of room that you maybe needed to get comfortable with yourself, and really just that first 90 seconds or so proving to be the difference in that one. Citadel is going to look to repeat such success, piling on 70%.
Jeez, I mean, Julie was starting to pile on a little bit of a comeback at the end, but, you know, you're kind of asked, is it too little, too late? But let's see what happens here. That's a solid 55. Not going to go for anything crazy there. Just going to, you know, keep it simple. And honestly, I respect that. You don't want to take too many risks, you know, because it can be quite punishable.
Maximize damage and look for the openings where you can get that eventual kill. Now you're at 77. Not trying to get too greedy. Obviously, we know Luigi for those 0 to deaths. But you can sort of get those straight hits off of absolute ridiculousness. And Mondo has shown to be susceptible to that. The tornado in midair, not touching down, but wreaking havoc nevertheless.
Sheesh. And that was just a great call out right there. Something that I noticed is that Citadel was kind of leaving himself a bit vulnerable. Okay. But yeah, Citadel was kind of leaving himself vulnerable in those juggle situations, and, you know, Julie really doing a good job of calling that out. And yeah, this is a solid lead for Julie all of a sudden.
Kind of makes you wonder. I mean, the want for resources from this Enderman is maybe going to be the Achilles heel, as that forwarder is going to take the
but
first
now
stock
Diamond's
off
on deck potentially.
Okay,
just get this off. So, and that's 40% already.
It's okay. I mean, this is okay if you're Julie, because you get to survive that at the very least. Even though that was a beautiful spike.
Oh wow!
Gets the tornado!
Yo, okay.
Hold on a second.
One stock
Hatboro,
left.
Pennsylvania is Tornado Alley, and Julie is 1 stock away.
Oh my goodness! This is Tornado Zone. Straight up, man. Both of those kills coming straight from the tornado juggling. Really great stuff coming out from Julie. Seems to just have such a great feel for Citadel's movement. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the one thing is that Julie has kind of been getting caught up by those minecarts a little bit, but other than that, it's just been like they've just been on point.
The Citadel could very well be breached by this mustachioed maniac. Last stock for game 3. Citadel going to have to fight out of this one. Still looking for the resources. The minecart straight hit, giving himself a little bit of room and time to mine some resources and get Diamond on deck. That could be huge.
That is big. Having Diamond on deck for that last stock, having resources for the anvil, This is dangerous. This is danger zone.
Oh.
Very good for both of these players, but just a couple of hits is going to nearly even up the percentage.
Julie will have to look into the eye of the storm now. It is one stock apiece, and Julie,
goodness.
Again on the cusp of something big, but directional air dodge.
Wow.
Gets up into the F smash. That's going to do it. Citadel had mind games played with him the entire set. Plays one right back. It was a staring contest at the end, and Julie blinked.
Man.
What we're going to take one more look at that. Look, gets the spacing.
Charges.
And it was a neutral getup. Oh, that is just a shame. But again, Citadel reading that the entire